This is a boot cut. I already marked the whole process of cutting this. This same process applied to any other thing that you're making. As you can see, the accurate part that you need is your waist, your hips, your crotch, and your knee measurements. Once you have all of that, the other parts can turn to a boot cut, it can turn to a baggy, it can turn to a palazzo, it can turn to a pencil, it can turn to anything that you want. The most accurate measurement that you need is your waist. As you can see right here, I already marked all of my side, and this one that I'm marking right here is the pocket square, which is the pocket edge, which is 2 inches by 7 inches. As you can see, so it's basically as most of the things that you're going to do is exactly the same thing. This is the pocket angle right here. I'm just going to fold it inside if I am to gum it. That's the whole process of cutting a boot cut. I've gotten a lot of questions about the difference between boot cut. You can see the leg of this one, how it looks more of like a fitch M. Look like a fitch. So this is the whole process of cutting a boot cut. If you want to cut this now, you can go ahead and watch my previous video on trouser cutting. And once you get your waist and you get your knee line, you can simply just extend the wideness that you want on your leg and simply connect from your leg all the way to the M, which is the leg of the trouser. So that's the whole process of cutting a boot cut. This same outfit right here, I can turn it to a palazzo, I can turn it to a pencil, I can turn it to a three-quarter, I can turn it to a full cut, I can turn it to straight cut, I can turn it to any kind of trouser, right? It's as simple as A, B, and C. Easy peasy. So this is the whole process, as you can see. So after that, all I have to do is just to simply cut it out. So I'm going to be cutting the back panel, and I'm going to show you something that you need to know when it comes to cutting that back panel as well. So let me just cut this part out so we can cut the back panel. That's why I'm making this video. So starting at the pocket area, I'm just going to notch that place. Then after notching, I'm just going to cut it all the way down. You can see that. I'm just going to speed this part up, just like so. You can see right here. I'm going to also slant this part and cut it out as well. My students are around me and they're asking questions while I'm doing it, so you're going to be seeing their hand, and I'm going to be pausing and giving them the answer to each of the questions they are asking. So that is it on the front panel. The next thing is to cut out the back panel. It's as simple as ABC. So I'm just going to align the fabric, just push it forward. So now when you're folding your, we are also cutting double here as well, because on the front panel we call double fold. This one also you're going to fold it into two, same way like so. You can see that we're going to cut double as well. So just make sure your fabric is laid down very well before you start cutting. So I'm just going to place the front panel back here, just like this. You can see that. I'm going to turn it so it's actually facing the other side. You can see. Just align it and make sure it's straight. So at the top, make sure you are leaving like 3 inches at the top, because we're going to add our rise at the trouser back rise. So make sure you're having like 3 inches at the top, the space at the top of the trouser, so we can add our rise at that area. So make sure you add your 3 inches. The rise is going to be 2 inches. Sometimes I made it 2.5 inches. So at this other side, while you're cutting a palazzo, mostly they usually follow the size of, from the M area is going to be 2 inches, and the crotch extension is going to be 3 inches, right? But while I'm doing any joggers, I usually do 2.5 by 3 inches. So from the leg, I'm going to be adding 2.5 all the way to the knee. You can see our knee line in the center. That's where the cross center part is. That's our knee line. We're going to add our 2.5. The only place we're going to add 3 inches is the crotch extension. That's the only part we're going to add 3 inches to. You're getting that? So from here right now, I'm going to mark my 2.5 inches, which is from the leg area. Sometimes they usually mark a straight line on the trouser part, like just for you to follow the straight line. But instead of having to mark a straight line, you already know that what you needed is just your allowance for the back panel, right? So from here, I'm just going to add 2.5 inches. You can see that. Also here, I'm going to come up a little bit. I'm going to add 2.5 inches. Then I'm going to add 3 inches, right? So whether you took out a line in front of that or you don't, what you're adding to the extension of the back panel is the most important thing, right? So here, the leg is supposed to be 2 inches if you're doing a corporate trouser, but this is a palazzo. I usually want it wider, so I usually go with 2.5 inches from the leg, but at the crotch area, I do 3 inches. That is very, very important, so pay attention to that. So at this leg area now, I already had my 2 inches. You can see that. Here also, 2.5, sorry. Here also 2.5, and here I'm going to add 3 inches. That's where my 3 inches is going to be. So from here now, I'm going to connect this together. You can see that. That's the 2.5 from the leg and also to the calf. So this place now, I'm going to be cuffing it. So I'm going to use an hip cuff to connect the two lines together. You can see right here, just like so. You can see that. I'll just use my hip cuff to connect the lines together. So what I have. So all you have to do is just to add your 2.5 inches, whether you take out the line or you don't take out the line. The allowance you have to add to your trouser is 2.5 on the leg, highest 2.5 on the leg, and 3 inches on the crotch extension. That's how it works. So once you get that, the next thing is going to be marking the rise, which is going to be the rise of the trouser. I'll be doing 2 inches at the rise for the back rise. Then from that 2 inches, I'm going to add an extra 1.5 to the back panel, to the waist of the back panel. Don't forget that. 2.5 to the waist of the back panel. My students are asking me questions and I'm trying to respond to them at the same time while I'm doing this tutorial. So I believe this tutorial is slow and I need you to be patient and just follow in order to get what I am trying to do. So once I have that, the next thing is to add my 1.5 to the back panel. You see that? 1.5 inches. So from the crotch cuff for the front panel all the way to the 1.5, I'm going to connect it together. That's from the crotch cuff here, from the crotch cuff all the way to the 1.5 that I extended the waist. I'll connect it together. You see that? And also I'm going to do the rise. I'm going to increase the back rise. You see that as well? As simple as that. So once I have that, the next thing is to do my cuff. So for you to do your crotch cuff for the back panel, let me connect this line together. So that's where the cuff is going to be on top. So for you to do the crotch cuff at that area, what you're going to do is to divide this place by 2. This is our rise here. You see what it is? I'm going to fold the tape into 2. Divide the tape by 2 at this point. You see that? So from that 2, that's where I'm going to connect the waist, the crotch cuff for the back panel. You see what that look like? That is the crotch cuff for the back panel. It's easy and simple. You see what we have? That's the whole process of cutting a baggy. Is as simple as ABC. And if you to add your back panel, this is the whole process of cutting the back panel. Is as simple as ABC. So all I have to do right now is just to simply cut it out. Then we're going to sew the trouser, and that will be the end of the whole how to cut and sew how to cut a bootcut trouser. And that will be about it on this tutorial. If you like the video, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want to join my classes, a link will be below that will take you to my professional class, my advanced class, my beginners class, and all of the classes you would like to join. That will be about it on this video. Just cut it out and start your sewing. In case you don't know how to sew, you can join my classes, or I also have some free videos on cutting and sewing of a trouser on the channel. You can follow that, and I can assure you you're going to get a very, very good result as well. So as you can see right here, I'm cutting from under. You can see, because the back panel does not need the pocket square on the edge, so I'm just going to cut that part out. You can see that. So I'm simply cut the M area, and this one also. You can see that. I'll just cut that part out as well. So our pants is looking just like so. It's very, very simple. So what I have, cut it all the way down. You can see that. So I'll cut the leg out as well. And all I have to do is just to cut the whole parts out as well. See that? It's as simple as A, B, C. That's all on how to cut a bootcut trouser. It's very simple. So this is all you have to know about the whole process of cutting a bootcut trouser. And that will be about it on this tutorial. See you on the next one. Peace.